San Juan. May we rise for the invocation. Mr. Arjona, can you lead us in the invocation, please?
Heavenly Father, thank you for your many blessings. We thank you and ask you for your guidance, your wisdom, support as we begin this meeting. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Raise the flag for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag, to the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May be seated.
Mayor Commissioners, good afternoon. Today we have contractual resolutions, which is consider awarding the first-time sewer connection project to RDH Site and Concrete LLC from Palmview, Texas, in the amount of $1,433,301. On October the 25th, the City of San Juan received a total of 6 bids for the project. The low base bid was by RDH Site and Concrete in the amount of 1.433. The estimated construction cost of the project was approximately 1.8, so there's about a $500,000 savings. I mean, yeah, 300,000, I'm sorry. And attached with you, you'll see the bid tabulation that was created by Cruz and Hogan. The attached is the bid tabulation. The funding is available from the proceeds of the sold bonds, if you recall that, through the Texas Water Development Board. Like I said, attached with you, you should have the bid tabulation. Should you have any questions, Mr. Ronnie Cruz is here to answer any of those questions. The project that we're currently working on is on the first-time sewer connect. We're looking and starting at by the railroad. There's about maybe 5 or 6 connections that need to be done there. And that's where the project will begin if approved tonight. Should you have any questions?
It gets approved when, it begins when?
If it gets approved, once we proceed, so that everything is in place by the Texas Water Development Board, it'll take about maybe 10, 15 days at the most to mobilize and start construction on it.
Is that correct, Mr. Cruz?
Maybe.
Maybe. I'm
It
hoping.
just, we're dealing with the Water Development Board, and of course, we got to get the contracts. We're already working on them, but we got to get them to the contractor, put the bonds, and get their contract. Your attorney needs to look at them, and of course, Water Development Board probably has to look at them. But we want to get in the contract as ASAP, and we already talked to the contractor, so they can start there at the railroad. I know you all have an issue with TCQ, so that's where he's going to start. And as soon as we get everything executed, obviously, we want to get going this year, but, it just depends. I hate to promise something because it's out of our control. But, the meeting we're going to do Monday is going to help. Because we're going to take some of the documents.
Right. If you recall this project, it's in the, if you recall about 2 years ago, we had that TCQ violation. We're part of the
Sanitation,
sanitation, yes, it was a $75,000 fine that was given to the city, and we worked it out in a way that we'll do a project so that we don't spend the monies just on, towards a fine. So those $75,000 would be placed towards the installation of the first-time water sewer connect.
If you notice in the bid items, we had an alternate. The alternate number 1 was that area, just in case we didn't have the funds, but we had a bid item that we could, the contract could go directly with the city contract to do it at those costs. That way we had a cost for it. But since it was well within the budget, which we figured that most of them would be, and they were, so they can do it and take care of your all's violation. I'm assuming that's what, right?
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
What's the estimated time on a project like this to be completed, more or less, Ronnie?
Gave them, I think 6 months.
Okay.
But what they're going to do, we've already met with the contractors. Once they start, they're going to start with one crew right there. As soon as they're done, then they have another crew right behind them doing the connections. So as soon as it passed all the inspections, we can do the connections, start the houses. As they keep going, there'll be one crew behind them. So basically, there'll be 2 crews going at the same time. And then we can close out sections. As we're going, we can, inspect them, seed it, make sure everything, and close it out. That way we don't have to be going back and forth because they're all, they're scattered all over the place. So that's the game plan.
Okay.
What area is this, on the railroad?
Right there where Wyoming, on the north, in the railroad, you're coming down from Cesar Chavez, to get there, the only way to get there is along the railroad tracks. We have gotten some easements coming off of Morelos, to get into this area. There's like 3 houses, and there's 2 on this side, or there's
Yeah,
3 or
it's
4
about,
lots.
yeah, something like
And
that.
there's some on Morelos that need to, like, they're having a lot of issues with sewer. And we got that approved because obviously it doesn't meet the subdivision regulations of the state. But we did get it approved through them because, obviously they're there and they need sewer. So we did get that approved.
And that'll take, give or take, once it gets started, about a couple of months?
Just that section?
Right.
Or it'll be less than that.
Less than that?
Yeah, once they get going.
Good.
And you've dealt with this company before?
We have, actually, they're the ones that did your sidewalks.
Okay.
You know, this company, I'm not gonna, we've had issues with them,
Uh-huh.
but they've always taken care of it. In other words, we had a project in Westaco, they paved the street, it was no good. They took it up, repaved it, it was still no good. It's no good. So they did it a 3rd time. And then it was good. So they go back and do it.
Go back and do it, but do they still maintain that time frame of
Yeah.
getting it done within the?
Yes. And they've always shown good faith doing what we ask, or whatever the cities or the customer will always ask. So, we can't say, not recommend them, because they have gone back to do everything. And I know they've run around, there's not a big company, but I think they can do it. They can get bonded, so that means they can do it.
What projects have they done that we know?
Here,
The concrete, just, but
well, they did that, they did water, sewer and paving in Westlaco for us. I know they've done some subdivisions, water, sewer, drainage and streets for precinct 2. They've done one in Mission, one in McAllen that I asked for references. And everything's okay. Nothing is, they say, well, batamos, but they did it, they got it done. And in reality, there's a lot of contractors like that right now. Look at what we've been dealing with down here,
Your research, did any on your references have to go into litigation at least to push them along, or are they pretty much?
No, they've just done it.
Okay.
No litigation.
Any other questions? No? If not, is there a motion to approve?
so move.
Is there? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
This meeting has been adjourned at 4:38 PM. Thank you.
Guys, Juana tiene barbecue.